You know what's so crazy, friend? Like, I
What?
cannot believe that we're actually recording our first podcast.
You can't believe it. I can't believe it. You're the one who found the app.
Damn.
Okay. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. It's free. You can do it from the comfort of your own home, from your phone, or from the computer.
Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Additionally, you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership.
So why not just download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
COVID fam.
What's going on? We are back.
Episode 13, the last episode, and honestly, not even the type of, last episode of the season that we wanted to give you guys. Like, yeah. I swear, between every single thing that has happened between our last podcast and today, like, you couldn't have told me that all of this stuff like would have just like happened.
Yeah, this is I think for us to be so expressive, we kind of got to be mindful of what we say, and because at this time, this is a very sensitive moment in time for the country, so for Black people, importantly,
it is.
It's like wow, it just leaves you speechless of what's going on. And
it truly does. Like,
yeah,
honestly, you don't really know what, like, okay, so, I wasn't fortunate enough to get my ballot mailed to me. Like, apparently in the state of Maryland, you're supposed to get your stuff mailed to me. So I'm like, where's mine? So there was, I don't know, a disconnect somewhere. So I said, you know what? When I looked online, there were a couple of locations that were open. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go out there, do what I have to do, stand in however many lines I have to stand in, and just do what I have to do. Number one, from the amount of places that are supposed to be open versus the amount of places that were open. Now, okay, yes, I understand we're still living in COVID land and stuff or whatever, but when you think about 200 some odd locations in your area versus the 5 that were available, that was already like, wow. So, I stood in line, and if you guys, follow my Instagram at bxchristyle, a couple of pictures that I posted like while I was standing in line, and something just kept telling me, just take pictures, Like, I didn't take pictures just to kind of show off that I was in line. It was more so like, I feel different voting this time.
Oh yeah.
Like I like any other time I would go with a passion because, I was excited, to exercise my right and everything else. But this time it was so different.
Yeah.
Like it was an overall like
yeah,
I don't even know. It was like this eerie feeling. It was so like, it was so peaceful, but it's never been that peaceful at a voting booth, like, thing before.
It never has, because I think for the most part, yes, we've all taken things for granted, especially our freedom to express ourselves, freedom of speech, and the things, just things that we do in life, to allow our voices to be heard. And I think this time, coming to the polls is different. Whether it's the primary election, is different, because now we know that if we don't, as they said back in the day, rock the vote, if we don't come out and do our part, then there's nothing you need to say on social media. There's nothing you need to say on YouTube. Right. There's nothing that you need to say on the news. And matter of fact, you don't even need to go out there and protest, because obviously you're not doing your part if you're not going out there to vote, because right now we need that more than anything.
It was crazy. Somebody, Rihanna posted something on, I think it was probably her page, but I saw it as a repost, and she was telling everybody, go vote, go vote, go vote. Now I'm assuming it was a young man. He was like, what's the point? It's basically something's not going to happen for us anyway, or whatever. And she was like, see, this is the problem. And see, I know a lot of young people, they personally feel that they're not heard. So that's where they're getting this narrative from or whatever, that, like, what's the point of me just checking off this box anyway? Because, we might be outnumbered. Well, you saw what happened with President Barack Obama back when.
Yeah.
You saw what happened when the families came out, when the kids came out, when everybody was tired of what was going on, you know, within the Bush administration and stuff. So it's just like, listen, no matter what the outcome is, at least you can say that you did your part to try to make the difference.
Yeah, and that's true because, I mean, again, Obama's theme was hope, you know, and I guess this time the theme needs to be action. And it needs to be peaceful actions, because we're not going to, you know, promote violent actions, but it needs to be peaceful. And people need to understand that's super important at this time. You know, a lot of people are valid for what they're doing. I'm not even going to take that from them. Everybody needs to express themselves, you know, but at the same time, you know, I just want to stress to our young people that, you know, it's a lot more that you guys can do. Take those built up frustrations and now turn it around and educate yourself. And that village that you have needs to educate you, because there's a lot of people that aren't getting that education. Now, if they are getting it, they're starting to get it now. You see, eyes are starting to open now. It wasn't open before. You know, it wasn't open before when you was out there standing online to get those Jordans. It wasn't open before. Now it's open because now you're saying, wait a minute, enough is enough. Because if we're not enough, then what is enough? So now we need to start paying attention and buckling down on what matters. And what matters, Black Lives Matter. What matters, our future. But, you know, go ahead, sorry.
No, you know what's so crazy about that is, so you know how we always say, like, you know, how we even discussed, like, in other podcasts, we were saying, you know, take advantage of, you know, all of your resources and stuff today. You know, we have social media. So again, when you talk about when people have this built up frustration or whatever, if you are not the one to say, you know what, I'm going to leave my house today and go out, and even if it's a peaceful protest, because it could be just, you know, people's personal opinion, they're just like, listen, I just can't go out there. Use your social media as a platform. Use a podcast platform as a way for you to go ahead and just express yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because I totally understand not everyone is going to go out there and protest. Not everyone wants to be a part of whatever other organizations or whatever are out there. Start your own. Whatever you do, just start the conversation.
Start the conversation.
You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever it is you want to do, just like start it. But the one thing that you just can't say, you know, like later on, is that, well, I tried. Well, you can't say you tried if you haven't tried anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, say something, do something.
Closed mouth don't get fed. And I think too, aside from, you know, for people that's not comfortable starting something, how you can start something on your own is journaling. Getting that composition book or that spiral book and jotting down everything that's happening and how you feel and how you're going to do something in the future to make a change. And then maybe later on, you never know, you know, us entrepreneurs over here, we always think of a way where you can take that and make it into something, because that book or that journal that you're starting can turn into a book and turn into history for someone else in the future. So somebody can read about what happened, because this is all going to be, you know, written somewhere in the history books in the future. So therefore now what you can do, like Chris said, go there and have a purpose and do something. You know, know, make your voice heard, whether it's on social media respectfully, because I know a lot of us is going in on social media. I see so many people arguing on social media. I'm like, oh my God.
It's not the time for that. Let's not argue. Let's put how they say, I think like in the military, like boots on the ground type situation. Like, you know, put your shoes on the ground, get out there, say something. And again, if you're not the one to protest, open a new Instagram, Facebook account, whatever the case is, but let your voice be heard.
Let your
voice just show the support. And, you know, we have yet to, you know, of course, you know, pay respects to the family of George Floyd. Like, you know, the senseless, you know, like public murder, essentially, you know, of what was going on. But it's a really, really, you know, like just really difficult time.
I think it hits us differently too. And I think for most women of color that have, again, fathers and brothers and nephews and cousins, because when you see that, you don't even want to imagine but that could be your brother. That could have been your father. That could have been your grandfather.
Yep.
That could have been a lot of people that you know. And that's why when we see it, so for people that don't understand the frustration, when we see that, we don't just see that black man on the floor. We see a family member.
Yep.
We see a friend, you know. And someone said before, they was like, wow, you know, to be black, I mean, that's just so hard. No, let me let y'all know, to be black is an experience. I'm gonna let y'all know that hands down. Like, there is nobody that's of another ethnicity can ever tell a black person how they should feel, or what. Oh, you just don't get it. Or you just need to relax.
Right.
Slow it up, because you don't understand what it's like to be black. You know, in America. Very true. You know what I mean? Even outside of America, you don't know what that's like. You don't know what that's like. Somebody pull you aside. You know, just to search you. Or when you at a club, you get handcuffed. Okay, you know, because that happened to me. You go to the club, you relaxing, you enjoying, and here come the cops, and you thinking, all right, let me step to the side, because, you know, let them get whoever got in the fight. But as you sitting there, you're talking, and you didn't move as soon as they wanted you to move. They push you and they handcuff you. You know, that feeling is bizarre, and I'll never forget that. That happened in Las Vegas. I'll never forget that. You know, but that was a hurtful experience. But then I turned that, again, I rewrote that narrative, because I couldn't live life with that chip and that anger on my shoulder. So I had to then, you know, look forward and figure out, okay, moving forward, how am I going to react to a situation like this? And what am I going to tell my daughter if something like that were to happen? But in order for us not to get to that point again, we have to, like we said before, rewrite that narrative, and again, push forward, and now start taking action in a positive way. You know, again.
Yep. And, you know, and when we talk about college, you know, a lot of people, you know, how we always say, like, oh, we always talk about college, this, that, and the third, or whatever. So this experience alone, like everything that we are as a people are experiencing right now, is the reason why, you know, we need to sustain and we need to promote and push, you know, for, you know, young Black kids to go to an HBCU. You know, let's take, for anybody who's listening out there, they like, nah, I ain't gonna never let nobody, because, you know, they was late on my refund check, or, you know, this, that, and the third, or, oh,
the damn government late on the damn stimulus,
you know, in my
check.
dorm.
So what? You know, people still believe in the damn government.
Listen, but my thing is, you know, for these kids to just experience what it's like to be in a community with their own people who talk like them, who dress like them, you know, who understand like their plight. Now, granted, we can all come from different walks of life. Like, some of us might be, you know, a little bit more fortunate than others or whatever. But at the end of the day, we're all like learning to come together as a community. So this is the reason why, you know, it's important to push these schools. And again, like, I would never say, well, oh, you don't need to go to a PWI. Ain't nobody even saying that. What the whole, you know, movement is just about is just making sure that, you know, our kids feel comfortable. And our kids feel 110% safe, because a lot of these schools, these people are coming from out of town. So again, like, I know we made a joke about it, like a couple podcasts ago. I was like, listen, your fighting cousin is back in New York, and you over here, you down here in the middle of Florida. So it ain't like, you know, you just gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna call my cousin. No, so you're in somebody else's land, and you know, it's crazy, because I think what Alabama, out of all of the states that house HBCUs, they have the most HBCUs in that state. Yeah. And I do believe that is a Republican-led state. So it's just like, you know, what about these girl? Did you see the two young babies, Spelmanite and a Morehouse man? They were, I think, a couple minutes later from when the curfew started in Atlanta, and they were in a car. They were driving. I'm assuming they were driving home. From what the reports or whatever has said. But apparently, and CNN or whoever, like, they caught it like live, where they basically was breaking out their window, pulled them out their car, tased both of them. They were both arrested. But something that I saw, because I saw the video from another angle, from another page. No. They were both AUC students. One was Spelman, one was Morehouse.
Mm-hmm.
But the situation was, what nobody said, or I don't even know if anybody saw it, the car that was in front of them, and I'm not making it a race thing, but the car that was in front of them had young Caucasian females in it, where one girl, she actually stuck her hand out the window and she was waving and smiling and everything at the camera. So clearly you weren't of some type of authority that you needed to be outside, but they pinpointed that car, you know, to go and harm those kids. I was just like, I'm not seeing what I think I'm seeing right now. I'm not seeing what I think I'm seeing right now.
And you're right about the point about trying to inform people about supporting the HBCU. And I think that's most important. And like what you're saying, like what we're seeing now has been going on. It's been going on for years. You got to remember, these cops, and not all of them, you know, people have been taught what their focus is before they step out on the floor to do their patrol. They tell them, you know, okay, you got to make sure that you got to be mindful of those brothers that's hanging on the corner. You know, they hang over there and they look like this. Or the sisters that say this and do. They already know what their focal point is for the day. It's the same way when we go into an office or when you go into your job. You know exactly what your sales is going to be. You know exactly what your numbers have to be. You know exactly what items need to go out the door. So they got to have a goal to attain. Now, the sad part is they treating us like a bunch of animals. Because you can't tell me that you in the car, you see African Americans and you see Caucasians, but yet you come to the African Americans because you think, all right, they're gonna be more aggressive, more hostile. Let's get them because we got a point to prove. They're the ones that's out here, you know, messing up, you know, maybe the city or the world or the land, you know. But again, it goes back to, you said, the HBCU. We promote HBCU. We love our HBCU. I remember someone said to me, I mean, the world ain't just black, you know. Why you want to go to HBCU? And as a young person, I just was like, I just want to go because I want to be around my people. And I just want to, you know, enjoy the experience. But for an adult to say that to me, an African-American adult, this is how people are now still trained to think that the world isn't black. The world isn't just black. So why you just want to go to a black school? Okay. But I know what my world will be like when I get out. So let me enjoy this right now. How about that?
Right.
Let me enjoy that.
Right.
Let me enjoy. So I know who I am. I remember Essence interviewed me, Essence.com, and #1 supporter of Essence. You know, I love Essence. It interviewed me and wanted to know why I went to a HBCU. My reasons why is because I wanted to know who I was. I wanted to redefine LaVasia. You know, that made me, created me, and that's who I am right now. You know, because before that, you know, you have difficulties as a kid. You're trying to figure out what am I supposed to hang with this crowd? What am I? Okay. You then, when you go away to school, and we always stress that, I think you could say that too, Chris, like we found who we were. It was like a rebirth.
You begin to kind of, that's exactly what I was going to say. You begin to kind of like rebirth who you are. And, you know, whether if it's, and again, you know, me late bloomer,
you never late,
or whatever, but at the end of the day, but you know, like at the end of the day or whatever, you know, the education and stuff that we received or whatever would have not been the same education that we would have, you know, got at another institution. Now the academics of it, absolutely, we probably would have received that. You know, I can't say who's better, who, you know, would probably be more informative, but as far as, you know, incorporating the community of it, we didn't get the same education. You know, I was able to, in a sense, you know, just be more proud. You know, of who I was, where I was going to go.
Yeah, you understood. You understood. So, you know, for people that want more information about HBCUs, again, research, ask your community, you know, DM us. You know, I think we're like full advocates of historically black colleges and universities. You know, not saying that if our children want to go to, you know, another school that we wouldn't be supportive of it. We definitely would. But we're definitely advocates of, you know, HBCU. You know, I think it's very important at this time because, you know, I am what she is HBCU, right, Chris? That's who I am.
Yeah, y'all make sure y'all go and follow at She Is HBCU. Doing wonderful things on that platform as well. But as we, I guess in a sense, like switch gears, I also want to bring some attention to a lot of Black businesses that are out there, in a sense that actually they need our help. And I'll say small businesses in general right now need our help. But again, the focus is to just ensure that our community is taken care of. So we kind of thought about a couple of different businesses or whatever that we kind of want to maybe just tell you a little bit about, if you want to go and support them on Instagram or whatever platforms they're on. It would just be
it'd be
awesome.
Great. Okay, and tell them you heard it from Kobe. Kobe Chronicle.
Exactly. Like tell them Kobe sent you. Right. Tell them Kobe sent you. But one of the first ones that I want to I guess like highlight is New Digs Consignment. They are based in Upper Marlboro, Maryland, and it's owned by two young Black females. Actually, one who went to I think it was Howard, and the other one she went to Virginia Union. Back in the day before us. So yeah. So it is a consignment shop, and I've gone there. Like I can't even tell you how many times I've gone to this shop. I've actually consigned some stuff. Very honest, very amazing. I mean, these girls are on it. Like they don't play. They are like serious about their consignment, and I mean, just the customer service is like out of control. So I applaud them and everything that they do. They actually just opened up their second location. I have to get the specific area where that is, but again, you guys can follow them. New Digs on Instagram.
Look at you.
So make sure y'all check them out.
Look at you. Okay, shouting out the small business. She's so humble. She got her own business. She ain't gonna say nothing. Whatever. Y'all know we love to laugh. Y'all know that we had to just lighten up the mood just a little bit. But yeah, back to our small business here. I actually selected the Amsterdam newspaper. A lot of people,
nice.
Some people that's in New York, you probably heard about it because it's really New York based. But for those that have not heard about it, it's a Black-owned newspaper. They've been around for many, 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 many years. Again, it's geared toward New York City residents and New York City culture, New York City living. But it's my aunt, she's a fashion editor within the Amsterdam's newspaper. She's been doing that for probably before I was born. But again, you can always go on .com, AmsterdamNewspaper.com, to get any of the most recent articles, anything focused on African American culture. I'm telling you, I enjoy reading it. I think that to know that you have a relative that's a writer within the newspaper is even amazing, because it shows you that dreams can come true. Because aside from that, she does many other things, but she was one of the reasons why I wanted to become a journalist. So shout out to my Aunt Renee. Yeah, and Amsterdam newspaper. So please go out there and pick it up. If not, go on .com and get subscribe. This way you can get any weekly news about Black culture and Black history. I'm just saying. Okay.
I mean, you better.
It's a weekly newspaper. Just to let you know, it's a weekly newspaper. Okay. What's yours, Chris?
So the next one that I want to highlight, and it's actually a new company that I just found on Instagram not too long ago. So it is Black woman owned as well. It's called Love Corkscrew, and that is also the Instagram name. And she has basically her own line of like wines, like all the different, I guess what do you call them? Flavors of wine.
You're not like a wine person.
I'm not a connoisseur.
Little Henny.
Enthusiast and stuff. Well, I am an enthusiast. Hold on, I'm an enthusiast, but no, but yeah. So Love Corkscrew. What I really liked about the business is like the catchy names of like some of her bottles. Like I just thought, like she had one that was called Hard Knock Life, and you already know, like
hardcore Jay-Z.
I was like, I'm in there. I'm in there. But again, like how we were talking about before, like, you know, what I wanted to do for my 40th next year was, you know, go to Napa and like discover some of these like Black owned like wineries and things like that. You know, with us being in COVID land right now, you know, she's actually offering which going virtual wine tastings and stuff. I think you just kind of like order the package. It comes to you, and then you just do the Zoom with her and her, I guess, her team and the community that comes together. So that's another business. You know, like I said, I just found out a little bit about them. I have yet to order, but you know, listen, I'm just out here just
like you always do.
You know, yeah, she seems to have really good, like, you know, feedback in her comments and reviews and things like that.
Yes,
so that's always a win.
Of course, it's a win, Chris. It's a win, especially because you know about it. No. But
I mean, of course, because you know
everything.
I know.
She actually knows a lot about what you say. A lot about a little bit, a little bit about a lot.
A little bit about a lot of stuff.
I think we said it before. Put that on a t-shirt, Chris. So another business that I want to mention, it's in Harlem. It's called Make My Cake. Make My Cake is iconic bakery and cafe. I remember going to this years ago. I think like in 2008. I was introduced to it by a gentleman that's well known in the culinary industry, Alexander Smalls. And I remember just having like one of those signature cakes. You know those cakes that's all designed, look like a shoe, looks like a dress, looks like this. But it was honestly, you know, when you look at something, you're like, wow, I don't know if it's gonna taste that good. I don't know about that. In actuality, it was so perfect. It was moist. The flavor was amazing. You know, sometimes your icing can be has like a taste to it where you're just like, I don't know, this is too much of something. It was just right. Yeah, you don't like icing. We know you don't like icing. but honestly, when you come and visit Chris, and when we're up and running, you know, I would definitely love to treat you to Make My Cake. It's located in Harlem. Again, you can always reach them on their social media platform, Make My Cake NYC. The location they had at one point was on 116th by my church, FCBC, shout out. But that location is now closed. So the existing location is on, I believe, 138th and Adam Clayton. It's right across the street from the McDonald's. So all y'all Harlem people, y'all know what it is. It's 775 Columbus Avenue. So yeah.
Wait, say McDonald's like maybe
McDonald's. I'm like, this ain't no McDonald's. What you talking about? So country.
McDonald's.
So if you go to Harlem, 2380 Adam Clayton Power Jr. Boulevard, and it's also one located on 775 Columbus Avenue in New York, in the city. So you know, Harlem is uptown. City is downtown. Just let y'all people know that don't know, that's not familiar with New York. So shout out to Make My Cake, Black owned. Love you. Wow. Okay, Chris, your turn.
Nice. So one that I definitely have to go ahead and represent. She is a recent HBCU grad. She graduated from Howard University. She is a DJ, and she goes by the name of DJ Magic.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you how I found her. I was scrolling through Instagram, and I saw someone post about a documentary. And you know, I'm all about my documentaries, but not only just a regular documentary. This was a documentary based on past DJs that I guess they all went to Howard University, but they all basically kind of like they started there, and now they're just kind of like all over like the US and the world, like doing their thing right now, like in DJing. So it just kind of, you know, went back to their time and how they started, how they jumped on, how they became Howard's hottest, and how they would like turn up the party at Howard University and stuff. So she actually, you know, claimed the coveted title as well as Howard's hottest or whatever. And again, you know, she just graduated, so I definitely wanted to show her some love. So if you guys,
she's amazing though.
DJ, she is based, she's based in Atlanta. But again, like, she did go to Howard, so I'm not sure, you know, where she's traveling to, but you know, listen, reach out to her. You never know what you can make happen, but definitely wanted to do that too, as far as like on the entertainment side of
because she just did an event, you know, right?
DJs they set the party, right? They set the party.
Let's not forget that.
She just did an event with us over at she is HBCU. Like she's like honestly just super dope. Like really, really dope. And make sure if you guys get a chance to check out her doc, it's called In the Mix. And you can catch it on YouTube, but you can follow her Instagram at your girl DJ Magic, and that's YA girl DJ Magic, and there'll also be a link to the in the Mix doc.
Come on,
so you guys
sis,
can check that
shout it out real loud. Come on with it.
You know?
and my additional small business shout out I would love to give, and I cannot forget them because they're close friends of the family. The Edge in Harlem. I'm a Harlem Bronx girl. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Oh my gosh, let me tell you, that food was so
freaking good. Okay, the jerk chicken Caesar wrap. Come on, stop. You know I'm not even a spicy girl, but it was a little bit of everything in there that I love. That just was it was so damn perfect. That's what I'm gonna say. But it's blending flavors of Jamaican and England with a little bit of New York attitude. I like that, that quote there. That little spin was everything. The ladies there are amazing. Justine and Juliet, like I said, very close friends of the family. We always support them. I think we did a graduation there. We just did, honestly, just like a catch up event with our friends. Honestly, like that place, the ambiance is everything, and that's what I'm all about. I'm all about the ambiance. Once I go in there and I can feel the mood, I can feel the temperature, the people, I know from right at that moment that I'll be back again. And not only because I know them, but simply because that ambiance, it's honestly like very zen in there. Very zen. The colors, the flowers are hand-picked. The sangria is thebomb.com, if y'all just don't know. And like I said, my favorite dish is the damn jerk chicken Caesar wrap with some fries. So definitely.
Yes. And are they open right now? Yeah, for
COVID hours, they are open for takeout and delivery Monday through Saturday, 11 to 9. And Sunday 11 to 4. And if you want to check out what their food is looking like, please follow them on The Edge Harlem on Instagram. Again, tell them that we sent y'all. We like to promote that. Let them know that they're located in Harlem.
But you know what though? One time, hold on. So I'll be remiss. I'll be remiss if I don't shout out, even though we've shouted out before.
Oh wow!
Boosted Up by my homegirl Deja.
Thank you.
Black
slow
business.
Clap with his slow
Black
clap.
woman owned. Black woman owned. Yes. So we've talked about Boosted before, but again, this is a platform. This is the type of platform that we're talking about when you're just looking for like the support. You have something on your mind. It's heavy. You go to the platform. You say what's on your mind. Let's talk about it. Let's chat about it. So. Make sure you guys follow.
Please follow.
Boosted.
Please follow.
Yeah, make sure you Boosted or whatever. And it's a network of men, women,
children,
black, white. It's everyone. Yeah, everyone is on that platform. But at the end of the day, it's just about community. So just make sure you guys
it's a community. And I think thanks, Chris, because I always forget about my own little plug.
We always do. We both always do. We don't even take the time to really think about like all these different achievements that we have. It's just more so we think about
Boosted Up is
else.
Again it's just cultivating relationships. It's again during these times we need to encourage, we need to boost, we need to inspire one another. And I think that if anything, if you just want to go on there and read some of the inspirational quotes or inspirational pictures that we put up on there, please feel free to do so. If you don't want to follow just yet, the page is open. You can check it out. Follow or check me out or check us out at LaVasia _the_founder. And that's how you'll find Boosted Up on Instagram. And then on Facebook, it's just Boosted Up, BOOST_DUP. Thanks to Miss Cristal over here for creating that name. Shout out to her. But I think at this time, our condolences go out to George Floyd's family and all of the victims that's been affected by, police brutality or even, senseless killings. So we just want to give, let y'all know that COVID Chronicles and our community supports you. We're here for you. We'll pray for you. We're always going to be there for you. And I wanted to, Chris, I don't know if you had anything else to say real quick, but I just wanted to read something that I actually looked at maybe about an hour ago before we even, said we was going to get on here and chat a little bit. But this was something that my eyes was led to as I was reading the word today. And I just want to share that with everybody. It's from 1 John chapter 4, verse 7. I'm just going to read just a little bit. God's love and ours. This is, dear friends, let us love one another, for love comes from God. Everyone who loves has been born of God and knows God. Whoever does not love does not know God, because God is love. So I just want to leave y'all with that, because I felt that would resonate to a lot of people, whether you believe in God or not. Just know that, love comes from God and it comes from the heart. So we got to love one another like we would want people to love ourselves. So, again, we talk about it all the time. Just, again, we can't stress it enough. Just love one another, appreciate one another, and we got to stop all this right now. It's got to stop. It's gotta.
It definitely,
stop.
It definitely has to stop.
It's starting. It's gonna get worse before it gets better. Just know that. But just know we all in it together, whether we're staying home or whether we're fighting the power out in the streets. So.
Right. And lastly too, there's I was just kind of going through my Instagram because I saw a picture earlier that I had to screenshot and I had to repost, and it just said, we said Black Lives Matter. We never said only Black Lives Matter. We know that all lives matter. We just need your help with hashtag Black Lives Matter, or Black Lives Are in Danger. And that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So whether if you if you want to believe it or not, or whatever the case is, I don't think that Black people are out here just as in, F your life, it's only about me. No. It's not even about that. It's just in a sense, we're just trying to just let everybody know that, listen, our lives matter. Yeah, our lives matter just as much as your lives matter. So stop, treating us like animals. Stop killing us like animals. We're savages.
It'll be fine. Oh, it's gonna get better. We got to work on that.
Yes.
And in order for us to do that, you got to empathize with us.
Yes.
You got to understand the pain before you could tell us that you get it, because you really don't. So that's something that I think everybody needs to work on. In general. But Chris, that was actually a good one. I think I read that, and I was like, wow, that was actually deep.
Yeah, I saw it, and I had to screenshot it because I was like, I mean, that it basically, in a sense, it just sums it up what this whole entire fight is about. Nobody is saying that we're better than you. You know what I'm saying? In a sense, that's what equality is. Come on with it. But don't just just be out here. You see us, you don't have to by be. Us. No,
we got the same. We have the same color blood. No different. I just want to give it thanks to a lot of my non-African American friends because they've reached out.
Absolutely, for representing and showing off. Showing out for us and everything.
Just sending texts and saying, "Hey, just thinking of you during this time," even if they didn't know exactly what to say. Just the fact that you reached out and you text or you sent something in a DM, etc., meant the world. So, just know we hear you. We appreciate you. We thank God every day that you're in our life.
Yeah, definitely
so,
appreciate
on that note.
Absolutely. Well,
we're gonna wrap it up. And I told, look at that. We got through it without cracking up. Because, usually we always laughing about something. I know
I got my couple laughs in there.
We did. But for the most part, just know everybody, again, you are within the community. Love one another. Support HBCUs. Go out there, support your Black-owned businesses.
Yes.
Spread the word. Yes. Let people know COVID Chronicles is here to stay. We ain't going nowhere. And until then.
Yes.
Until then, Chris.
All right, guys. Well, until then, Beige.
Next season coming. 1, 2, 3.
Bye. Babe, come here.
What's up, babe?
So I just purchased a new game.
What game is it?
It's called Trap Wars.
Trap what?
Trap Wars.
What kind of game is that?
Well, the way my friend described it to me, it's like a Black Taboo about Black history and Black culture.
Oh, so all black everything? Ah, that's what's up. That sounds cool.
Okay, good. Because what I was thinking is tonight when Lisa and Jason get here, we should play it.
Ah, you know we got to. Battle the sexes, men versus women.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I'm with it.
Let's get it in.
Let's go.
All right.
If you're ready for your own urban game night experience, you either go to www.famfoolery.com.
Or you can follow them on their Instagram page at Famfoolery, FAMFOOLERY, and represent for the culture.